Guys, this is training video number 8. This is for OCC growth group leaders, and this video is how to lead the launch meeting. And this is your first night of group. I really want to just give you a quick update on how to do that and provide you with the right script and materials you'll need to pull that off well. I'm not going to go over everything in your handout, but that's there for you to look at and read through. However, preparing for the launch meeting, here's some things I just want to bring your attention to. Make sure that your home is ready, and you can watch the video and read through the Hosting for Success, which is video number 4. Check that out and make sure that your home is ready and you're following everything that we talk about in there. And then for this meeting, go ahead and supply the beverages, maybe a light snack at the beginning of group, and make sure that's there before even the first person arrives. And then later, when you actually take a break for people to think about the commitment and actually if they want to join the group, actually that week alone provide another main like dessert or course of snack to bring out at that point as well. After that, you can put out a sign-up sheet, or if you just want to provide snack every week, that's fine too, or just leave it open to the group to do it, but make sure something's there each week. I just want you to do it this first week. Take ownership of this launch meeting. This is really key and important. Sometimes people get kind of nervous and bogged down because it has a lot of details you need to go over, but just take ownership of it. It's really important to prepare in advance for this meeting. This is probably, out of all of the 12 weeks of leading a growth group, this is going to be the meeting that you're going to have to prepare for the most. So go over this script that I have laid out here for you several times and really almost memorize it. I really encourage you to do that and just own it and realize that you might have heard this a million times or you might have given this a million times, but to the new person they haven't, or to the person who's maybe only been in a growth group once, they've never heard this and they actually really need to know this information. And if you're enthusiastic and okay with it, they're going to be enthusiastic and okay with it. When people come into your home at this first meeting, make sure you greet every single person that comes in your home. Even if you're in mid-conversation with somebody, stop and say, "Hey, my name's Scott. Is your name?" "Oh, it looks like it's Josh, and hey, have you met Bill? We were just talking." And then just really try to include and meet everybody. If it's somebody you already know, at least pause and say, "Hey, John, good to see you, man. Glad you're in my group." And then you can go back to your conversation. But you don't want somebody just to walk in who's never greeted. As people also come in, let them know where the restrooms are immediately and let them know where the snack is, how to get coffee, invite them to do that. Just really invite them to join in your home and join in the group and just try to connect them with people and just host them well. Now, once you've kind of done these introductions for a while and people have met, you want to gather the group together. And like I said, I'm not going to go through this line by line, but you're going to have an introduction period where you're just going to really give direction to the bathrooms, make sure the temperature is okay, introduce yourself, share about your occupation, maybe if your wife or your husband is in there, or maybe you're co-leading this with someone else. You guys can both share about your lives, what you do, if you have kids, how long you've been at OCC, expressing the excitement you may have about the group, and then and how you're excited about taking your next steps this year with this group. So they will reflect your level of enthusiasm. So make sure you actually are enthusiastic. So here's a little bit of words for you to go through, and then you're going to get into an icebreaker section, and you're going to go round robin with this. Everybody will kind of say these bullet points, their name, how they, if they've had family or if they live with someone, what they spend most of their day doing. Some people that's a job, some people that's a student, some people are stay-at-home parents. And then choose 1 or 2. You're actually going to have some more time, so you might be able to choose 2 depending on how long it goes. So just start with 1, and if it seems like it wraps up pretty quick, choose another one. But choose one of these icebreakers. The one I really like the most, and you don't have to like this, and you can actually make up your own. This is just a list for you. But I really like the one about what's the best vacation you can think of, either in the past or maybe even just a dream vacation. And then you could either set a budget for people, or you could say spare no expense. It doesn't matter. What would you do? And then let each person go around the room and share that in addition to their basic vital demographic information that you already asked them for. And that's a good way to get to know people, what their interests are, let them begin to kind of self-declare about who they are and what they enjoy. And then you're going to introduce the topic of your group and go through that, introduce growth in general, because these are growth groups, and you want to talk about growth and how this, the script's there for you. And then you're going to specifically shift gears into how they can join this group. There is a minor commitment to joining this group. It's very minimal. I've included an example in your handout of the commitment, and it uses words like investing, and you need to highlight those when you go over this, striving, and then regularly attending. These aren't like, I will be always at group each week, or I will meet new people and engage in conversations. It's just saying I'll strive to do that. And, if people are concerned about their ability to be in group, then just ask them, like, how many of the groups do you think you can realistically attend? And if they're in the ballpark of 50 to 100%, then they can be in group. If they're going to be, below 50%, then you might just want to talk to me about that. But if they can make it at least half or more, then just have them commit to half or more and try to come to as many groups as they can. Don't offer that information, but if they're coming to you and asking that. So you're going to work your way through the script. You're going to work your way through this commitment. Then you're going to take a break. You're going to ask for any clarifying questions. You're going to take a break for about 10 minutes or a little more. Have people go get that main dessert or that main dish we were talking about for snack time. People might need to use the restroom. Ask them if they have any personal questions related to the commitment and joining the group. They can ask you one-on-one during the break, and then bring everybody back together. And this will be a time where they officially will join your group. And at this time, you'll basically you'll hand out the commitment. You've already have handed out the commitment, and then they'll sign it. And then you'll say, it's the verbiage is in here is sign this commitment and leave it on this table here, or sign it and leave it on the table before you leave. That way, so if people don't want to sign it, or if they want to think about it, they don't feel obligated in front of everybody right there to have to sign it and turn it into you right in front of everybody. It's just on your own time, sign it tonight and leave it in this particular place. You just want to give clear directions related to that. And then you're going to hand out a syllabus, and you're going to create a syllabus, or depending on the semester, I may create the syllabus for you and hand it out, depending on what your growth group model or structure is from year to year, semester to semester. And then you're going to go through that, make sure everybody understands what's going on. And then you'll move into the section that I call preparing your group for discussion. And here are some specific phrases. These are kind of like guidelines or rules for your group to live by that'll help ensure good discussion and kind of free-flowing communication, and allow you to remain the leader and people to remain intellectually and emotionally open during this time so they can really explore their next steps with God. So make sure that you really read through all this and you understand it and you get it and you can articulate it well. And then at the end, just pray. If you have time, you could take prayer requests. But for that first week, it might be better for you just to pray and pray for this semester and pray for everybody in the group. Not specific prayers, but just in general. And then close it and then let everybody know that they're free to hang out and spend as much time relating to one another. There's more dessert, more coffee, more drinks. But you may want to give them a drop dead time of when you need to go to bed. And what I request from group leaders is this, is the drop dead time should be no less than 1 hour after your group ends. So if your group ends at 9, drop dead time can't be any earlier than 10 p.m. However, I usually make mine around 11 or midnight, and it sometimes changes from week to week. But because even if it's 10, sometimes people will they'll leave at 9:30, 9:45. And some of the best group conversations I've had or best group experiences I've had have been at 10:30 at night. And so I just encourage you to just make this a late night, and that's kind of a spiritual sacrifice you can provide. If you have any problems with that, you can talk to me and we'll see what we can work out. So continue watching the other videos that I've assigned you, and I hope that this year is a success for you. Thanks.